Previously on The Cookie 3. Hannelore, as you are making your way back to the kitchen, the front doors just like slam open.
Huh?
And in comes just a gaggle of customers. And they also have tank tops emblazoned with a logo that says Angulan Knights.
To 5.
Okay. Hannelore doesn't do so well.
I think I probably just fully beef it and spill them.
When you beef it, they'll go like, oh! It's not nice. It is not a nice thing that they do.
I would like you to apologize now.
For what?
For being mean.
Look, falling's hilarious. I don't know why everybody's so sensitive nowadays.
Okay, I'm just gonna tap into the Dino network. What specifically is suspiciously happening, Salad Raptor? Final answer.
The special catering package comes with 4 bowls of punch. That's what a raptor sounds like.
That works.
That is suspicious.
Thank you.
The queen has screamed and nearly flipped her table. She has a surprising amount of strength.
Oh, wow.
I knew this peace summit wasn't going to work from the start. You can expect a declaration of war in the morning. And then before she stomps out, she sets down a cup next to a 5th bowl of punch.
Salad Raptor! I will never doubt you again!
So when we left off, you were all in the main catering space. The meeting for the Peace Summit had broken up. Everybody's hanging out, and Ig was trying to make the Angulan Knights apologize to Hannelore for laughing at her when she beefed during the service part of it. And she was dragging Hannelore out. But before Hannelore and the Angulan Knights could exchange any words, there was a shriek from the other side of the room, and it was Queen Armalu who yelled something about biological warfare and clearly blamed the Council of Spheres from Key, who are just sentient orbs that hang in the air. And she had just announced her intention to declare war in the morning, and you had noticed that there are 5 bowls of punch on the big catering table, despite the fact that, according to Salad Raptor, only 4 bowls of punch should be there. So that is where we are picking back up. And right after the shriek, when everything quiets down, Sarah and Chitters will say in unison, well, Chitters is Morse.
You mean Chitters doesn't speak?
Chitters, that's his speaking. Chitters speaks in high-pitched bat Morse code. And Sarah will go what the fuck? But Anastasia clamps her hand over her mouth before she can get it out and goes, oh, let's not be hasty. And then Ray will follow up with, Queen Armalu, can you not see that this is what they want? And the queen is huffing. She is calling for her attendants to bring, she's got one of those, they have a name,
retainers?
It's a little, a thing you sit in and then people carry it. Palanquin?
Yes, that's it.
Palanquin.
Yeah.
She's got a little palanquin. She's summoning for it. The palanquin, I should mention, is decked out in mosquito nets, weird sci-fi glowy mosquito nets. And while she is summoning and her retainer people are coming to take it away.
Can I just slide towards the exit and casually slip my wrench between the door handles?
Are you locking the door so that nobody can get out?
I'm creating peace by force. I think I'm definitely gonna eye Queen Anastasia.
Okay.
And just hold up my wrench. Not at the door.
Anastasia gives you an I don't know look. She is clearly
walking over there.
panicky. She's not doing anything to stop you. She just clearly isn't all there right now because she's panicking.
Okay. Can the dinosaurs leave their stand?
I thought we established that you could only ask them a question.
That's one of the things I can do. I have other things I can do.
Here's the thing. The dinosaurs should not be able to leave their spots. That is not to say they can't.
Brothers.
So tell me what your plan is.
Okay. I want to look around at the room. It's just I think it's going to be fine. Ig, thank you for bringing me over here. 1 second. Oh, I'm using intelligent interface. I am going to communicate with them, and I'm going to say, brothers, this is the only chance for dino peace. I need you to pretend to be malfunctioning and bar all the doors.
Okay.
Like, I want them to all to like start freaking out, and then, because then it's not me keeping them here. It's like,
Right.
Oh no, and the machines went haywire.
It's like a malfunction. Give me a roll. Just a straight d20.
come on.
To communicate to tell the
Natural
dinosaurs. Natural 20! So Hannelore, like re-pocketing her wrench, says what she says to the dinosaurs, and then suddenly there's just like this like from Pterodactyl, because Pterodactyl is like convulsing, like they're already kind of a natural because they're like animatronics and they're dinosaurs, but this just looks like an extra step of creepy. It's not great. So Pterodactyl starts like contorting a little bit, and one of his wings is like going really fast back and forth until suddenly it goes so fast back and forth that it breaks off, flies towards the doors, and then
fly, my pretty.
blocks the door the way that you were going to with your wrench.
Perfect.
So
I slip him a wink.
everybody now looks
Oh no! Oh!
at Pterodactyl, not at you. Everybody's looking at Pterodactyl because that was weirdly creepy.
Oh no! I'll try to fix it, guys. Just hold on, fam. You can't leave yet because there's broken machinery barring the door. So why don't you just have a snack and sit down, and then I'm just gonna.
Of all the outrages, she screams.
Yeah, I know these things happen.
At hearing the Pterodactyl screech, TJ Blazes also like ran out of the kitchen to tend to his Pterodactyl because like this is his baby. This is one of his 3 babies.
I'm giving him the cut side.
Oh, what seems to be the problem? And he's running up. He's not actually paying attention to the mood of the room. He cares only about his animatronic pterodactyl, and he's gonna get to like checking it over for malfunctions.
Oh, I'll help you.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
So now that we're all distracted and not doing our jobs, was he serving everyone? Like, did he serve the punch?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say that since this started, Aerith has kept an eye on that table to make sure that nothing has happened since she freaked out.
Okay.
With her shadow, she gets like a bonus or something too.
I was gonna ask about where your shadow was, because earlier the shadow was creeping on convos, and there wasn't anything super useful from that. Mm-hmm. It seems that there are a lot of incidents where Charmonde just pissed off Key in the past, and they have a steadily regular inventory of those, but they never say what they are.
Right. She would have moved the shadow like close to the table so that they could kind of like coordinate across the room to make sure they got all angles of that table to make sure nobody like tried to dump one of the punches or something, because obviously somebody's going to want to get rid of the evidence.
Give me a general perception.
Okay,
and I think you're trained in that, right?
Yeah, let me should have put effort into that. I got a 6.
You got a 6? Okay.
Yeah.
So people have been going and drinking from all of the punch bowls, and that's about the only thing you know. Like, that's fine. You actually probably don't even know about the suspicious number, because that was a Hannelore intelligent interface kind of a thing. So,
but she mentioned them being poisoned, and I just want to make sure nobody like runs off with the bowl or dumps them all on the floor. So
okay, so are you doing like a general guard of the bowl?
I guess like she'll stop anybody who tries to get close to it, sort of thing. If she notices anything like that. I don't know. She's not going to stand next to it and like, you know, like, don't touch this.
Right. But your shadow's alert.
Yes.
In that area. Okay, so
like a dog, but not.
I gotcha. So like any future rolls I have you make would be easier because of that.
Okay, good.
But for now, it's just like people have been drinking for the punch. It's whatever.
Right. Yeah.
This whole situation is just weird and tense.
Yes.
But nothing seems weird and tense about the punch.
Yeah.
So, handlers on the stage. Are Alix and Ig doing anything in particular?
Ig would probably hold up, like, one moment to the Angulan Knights as Hannelore runs off.
They're not even looking at you anymore.
Yeah,
they're watching the whole They have
No.
already forgotten about you and Hannelore.
Oh, but
They'll remember.
here's the thing. Ig has faith still that they are going to apologize.
Oh, I fully believe that Ig has faith, and I love Ig for it.
And so they're going to hold up a one moment figure to the knights who are not paying attention and head towards the queen because someone's upset. And Ig is really good at cheering people up by putting on a show. So they're going to start heading towards the queen.
Okay. While Ig is heading towards the queen is responding to what Ray said last, which was like, can you not see this is what they want? And Armalu is like, oh, of course it's what they want. They're just too cowardly to declare it themselves. So I shall be the first. And Ray is like, no, not the Council of Spheres. Look at this. You can just see the germs crawling all over it. It's because they contaminated it. And she has the cup that had punch in it. She drank it, but she has the cup and she'll like slam it down on the table. It's not a very effective slam because it's like a Dixie cup. So just like a plunk. And after she does that, the Council of Spheres will be like, we can't even touch things. We're orbs.
So insidious.
And Armalu is like, that's what you'd like us to think. I can't believe I even considered a peace treaty. And then Brett chimes in. Brett, whose name you shouldn't know, but I said it already, so...
Great.
Brett. I can't either. Now we're getting somewhere. You know, I've always said talking will only get you so far. As I learned from my favorite movie, Might Club, might makes right. You know, it seems like Queen Armalu over there is one step ahead when it comes to solving the problem. And all of his Angulan Knight buddies, who are not looking at Ig or Hannelore anymore, are like, yeah, that sounds good. Good talk, broski. Yeah. Yeah, you're doing so good in your fantasy foosball league. Like, that's going really, really good.
They can't even play foosball. They only bet on other people playing foosball.
They only bet on fake foosball, but to be fair, Numenera foosball's probably pretty badass.
Sarcasm rescinded. It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing, dude. It's a cool thing to admire.
They're just super fucking annoying about it because it's one of the only things they like. So when everyone is like, all the Angulan Knights are backing up their bro, and then there is the sound of like a single cookie being broken, because a single cookie has been broken, and that was by Empress Shaladian III, who is still there, who has been mostly quiet and respectful and just enjoying her cookies in the background. And she'll respond to Brett by saying, perhaps the Queen is too many steps ahead. You know, it is a feeling I understand well. Perhaps it would be in everybody's best interests if the ones who convinced me not to go to war, the Brackleberry Brigade, were to speak. And because you're all scattered, not everybody can look at you at once, but you each have an even amount of interest pointed at you, because like everybody knows you're the Brackleberry Brigade. Except maybe the Angulan Knights, but they picked it up. They pick up.
Oh, they can pick up context clues?
Yeah, they can pick up some context clues.
Oh wow, that's amazing actually. Alex, help me fix this pterodactyl.
So they just asked us to speak, right? So what did they say?
Empress Shaladian was just like, you know, the Brackleberry Brigade's here. Maybe they can help. Because actually, Alex wasn't there for the first one, but the first one, you just all, like, stalled Empress Shaladian for a while until you could get the cookies.
Oh, yep. That's who she is.
And then she ate the cookies, and she liked them a lot.
It's so funny that this is the same strategy that I had implied.
However, Empress Shaladian was a lot more reasonable than any of the other parties who are currently ready to, like, tear each other's throats out.
We buy ourselves time and slowly come up with an idea. Alex, I am in control of this pterodactyl monster. You can see, like, blue light shining from my eyes like a robot.
Why do you think I'm good at fixing?
I don't think that you're good at fixing it all. What I think you're good at is really keen observation. And Salad Raptor told me that there's only supposed to be 4 punch holes. There's 5 up there. I'm not perceptive exactly, but maybe you can figure something out. I'm just buying time. And I called you over here to help me fix it, give us an excuse to talk to each other. How are you, by the way?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, so everybody was looking at us. Like, can we, like, I feel like it would be kind of obvious.
You can, I imagine you, like, walked over to Hannelore, and then all this is just whispers from behind the pterodactyl.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm behind. We're behind its wing. I pull its wing.
Like, it's remaining wing. You're consulting behind the pterodactyl wing.
I'll slow everyone down while you be smart.
Sure, I guess I'll...
Yeah, investigate.
Are you you're gonna investigate?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the Danganronpa section of the game where we're looking for clues.
Like, I don't know, I have crowd control. I could also just
That's cool too.
ramble about random shit to distract them. I'm good at perception, but...
That's also a tremendously good idea from behind the wing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that instead.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna be like, just banging around on the pterodactyl, like pretending like I'm fixing it, and I'm just gonna say to TJ, I was like, just play it cool, man. Just relax. I got this.
He has no idea what you're even referencing. He's just
relax.
He's checking on all of his dinosaurs.
You go ahead and check on your dinosaurs over there, and I'll check on this one.
He'll move over to Etiquette Rex, who is like mostly fine. Alex, were you going to?
Yeah. So what I thought I could do was to use crowd control again to kind of distract the audience. So she will just start telling this random story, one of the James M. Hopper short stories that she has read and she really likes, and she's just gonna start being like, "Oh, before you leave, there is a really important tale that I think it applies to the situation and everybody should hear before leaving today." And then she will just start just telling one of the ones she knows that is related to Jameson Hopper having an argument with his nemesis, Joe. Just Joe.
I think it's One-Eyed Joe, maybe?
One-Eyed Joe.
Yeah. Which is weird because he has 3 eyes, but it's fine.
One of those weird, ironic nicknames. Like when you call someone tiny, and they're not.
Yeah, and just how eventually they learned to compromise on an issue that they both...
Okay. What's up, listeners? It's me again, Hallie. As always, thank you for listening. I hope you're still enjoying whatever this series is, and I hope you'll listen to the Cookie Crew finale, which will come out on Monday, July 19th. That is because the Cookie Crew episodes are airing instead of the main campaign for a while, because we are prepping the episodes for the finale. I know that I've said this every announcement break for the Cookie Crew episodes, but that's because Kyle puts a lot of time and effort into editing these episodes, so we appreciate your patience as we barrel into the endgame. And speaking of things we put effort into, I know that we often accidentally plug the Patreon in the show, but we do try really hard to make sure we're providing good extra patron content, and I haven't plugged it yet for the Cookie Crew, or at least the Cookie 3. So if you do like our content, you can visit patreon.com/questfriends to see if any of our tiers jump out at you. There are 6 of them starting at $1 a month, and our most popular one, I think, is the $5 a month tier, where you get short stories written by one of us every month. So check it out if you're interested, and if you're not, here we go, back to the story. While Alex is telling this riveting Jameson Hopper story, and people are listening to this, largely because they're like, what does this have to do with anything? They're like... interested in how this is gonna come full circle.
And she's gonna, like, do it a bit like 1001 Nights, where it's like, oh, but the important relevance of this story will come at the very end, just hang on tight.
So you gotta sit tight.
Yep.
There is one person who is legitimately sitting tight, and that's Madeline. She's like sitting in the back with her arm over the back of a chair, and she's got her skate propped on her knee, and she's like twiddling a little bit. She's enjoying it. Ari, I'd like you to make me a roll, and then Arif, I'd like you to make me a roll for your shadow.
Oh no, this is where I do really bad again.
I got 6, and I didn't spend effort.
You got 6.
I got 15.
15. Okay, so Arif's shadow. Arif, you can see what your shadow sees, right?
Yes, we have share senses.
You taste what it tastes.
What you see when you happen to check into like your shadow sense is one of the Angulan knights. He nudges one of his buddies against a wall and then holds up a vial that is empty.
Oh.
And he's laughing with his buddy.
Oh.
Did these guys fully come here and spike a punch bowl? I'm talking to a pterodactyl. I don't know any of this. And I therefore have no feelings about it.
Gosh, I have so many ideas right now, so I'm just going to throw them all out there at once and
do it.
Then decide what we're going to do. So the great idea that I got from Olivia saying that I could taste what the shadow tastes is that the shadow could drink the juice to see if it's poisoned or not without anybody dying.
Your shadow can actually do that. And you know what, Arif? Your background might help you with this.
Yeah, probably. She has experience in drugs and things, so...
She sure does.
That's an option.
She sure does.
Huh?
Olivia, your face!
The other thing was I wanted to get Sarah. She's like sciencey, right?
Sarah's sciencey. She's an engineer, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe not like...
She's not going to be able to help you with poison detection, if that's, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think, yeah. It's like, hey, Iggs, Sarah, come help me out because I don't have anything to analyze this drink with except my own shadow.
But you can taste it.
That's true. And if I can recognize what
Is it gonna taste like poison? What does poison taste like?
Right, I don't know how to recognize what it is I drink, but...
Man,
all we
who
gotta
knows?
do is find out,
But
man.
it could also be a drink.
Why don't you just pipette their brains?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
You should interrogate!
You've had so many opportunities to explain to me how it works.
We still don't know how it works.
We've been friends in this universe for almost 6 days.
It has only been, well, it's been a few weeks since your adventure at University of Keys, so you have now been friends for at least a month. Probably more like a month and a half.
Okay, there. A month.
I mean, we can't just, like, intimidate them into confessing.
You will do, like, Emperor's New Group style thing where you just pour a little bit of it into a plant and see what happens.
Oh, that's really funny.
Exactly. So that's okay. I am going to go up to Anastasia, tell her the plan that I have, let her know that I saw those 2 guys, and that we should have some official person search them. Because I know we're kind of officials, but I don't know if there's like...
We're not official enough.
Yeah, I would get like an actual soldier guard person.
We definitely haven't had training for that, right?
Yeah, totally.
The most policey kind of people here are the Angulan Knights.
Cool.
Because they're like a sovereign nation known as the Angulan Knights, and then their like protection force is the Angulan Knights.
Got it.
You brought cops to this dinosaur restaurant to secretly spike a peace punch bowl, and I'm working with a pterodactyl.
Yeah, that was the plot, yes.
I am affronted and angry at you. It is in and out of character. How dare you?
That's... What were you saying, Emily?
I'm specialized in sleight of hand. Can I just steal it from them?
Okay.
But also, that wouldn't prove anything because then I would just have it and I couldn't prove that it was on them.
Right.
So never mind.
You could just hold it up, hold it aloft, and then we would all see the guilty look on their faces.
So Arif told Anastasia, right? And she was like, the force thing. Because the people there who are most likely to win at force battles are the Angulan Knights. Anastasia will kind of look at you and nod, like she's mulling something over. And then she makes eye contact with Madeline.
Oh boy.
And Madeline winks and then leaves.
Oh dear. I don't know what that means.
That's scary. She just skates backwards. Like not moving her feet at all. Just like on a string.
Into the curtains.
And she's going through the kitchen. She's not going through the door that has been blocked by the pterodactyl wing, but she's out of the room now.
Yeah, okay. So would I get permission to go up and test my poison theory with my shadow?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Anastasia's all for it.
Cool.
She's still listening to Alix's Jameson Hopper tale.
Yeah.
From the stage. But she'll give you a covert.
Okay. So it's one of those, like, nobody's paying attention anymore, so we can kind of do our own thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. Do we know which punch bowl she was drinking from, or do we just have that cup that she...
The fifth one.
Well, yes, but which one is the fifth one?
It could mean anything.
You probably wouldn't know specifically which bowl.
Okay, so I'd have to drink from her cup.
You'd have to drink from her cup, yes.
Or from each bowl,
Yeah.
and only one of them will get you sick.
That's true, but we wouldn't know which one it was. But we could save the punch that she had to test for poison if we really need to. I mean, if my shadow dies, then it's like...
I mean, she's drunk all the punch. Like, it's her cup is empty.
Okay, got it. So yeah, I'm just going to drink from all the bowls.
Okay.
All right, so 5 sips of punch later.
Actually, 1 sip of punch later.
Oh.
Because the first bowl is
Perfect.
the correct one. And what happens to your shadow is it doesn't take any damage or, like, disappear or anything. What it does is just, because you share senses, you can feel that your shadow is just really fucking mad.
Oh.
At what? You have no idea. It's just angry.
It's just enragement potion.
And it just wants to punch something. Like, it just wants to have words.
That explains why she's so upset too. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna relay this back to Anastasia. Anastasia, this is the effect that the potion had on my shadow, which may explain her current behavior. I am not familiar with this type of concoction. Its effects are new to me, and I'm not sure if there's a way to reverse the effects.
So Anastasia's about to respond, but then, like, Ray Brockaberry pokes her head into this very close shot.
Mm-hmm.
And Ray is like, well, that sounds like an aggression potion. Those are very, very hard to come by. They're also illegal. They're very, very illegal.
These cops.
In most locations. Are you sure this is how your shadow reacted, Aerith? That would be a very serious charge.
She's gonna double check and say,
She, like, looks in the corner. Your shadow's, like, punching a plant.
He's like shaking the shadow of a plant.
yeah.
Shaking.
The shadow's gotten hold of like a baking pan.
Brandishing a shadow bottle.
I'm pretty positive that that's the effect this is having.
At which point, Sarah sticks her head into the shot. She's like, I can't believe anybody would bring an aggression potion to a peace summit. And Shitter's is like, and this is
Sarah.
it's her whisper. It's not like
Yeah.
a super loud whisper.
Okay. It's not like an egg whisper. It's like an in-between whisper.
I also imagine Sarah like definitely like rolled over Aerith's foot like to break into the circle.
Like, yeah, so
Just fully rudely.
And Chitters, of course, pipes in with his little sounds. And nobody hears this except for the 2 Angulan knights hanging out by the wall.
Yep.
And they will, like, slowly look over. The one holding the vial pockets it. And then they'll stand up and, like, do that, like, ruffle shirt thing you
Cut
do
it.
before you're about to get
Yeah.
down. And they're gonna saunter on over to you.
Can I just say that I'm watching from behind the pterodactyl wing?
You can say that you're watching behind the
I put my mustache back on.
Ig, make me a perception roll.
Perception roll. Okay. And it's not a noticing danger still?
It's pretty squarely a noticing danger.
14.
Oh, okay, so you do notice these 2 burly folk.
This is like the first
Ooh.
perception roll I've successfully done as Ig.
I'm so pleased. So you also notice they approach Aerith, Ray, Anastasia, and Sarah.
Ig has veered their course from the queen then.
Okay, this is still, for now, a private conversation because the crowd is still enthralled
Oh,
by
yes.
the tale of Jameson Hopper and the disagreement.
The disagreement.
One-eyed Joe.
Who had 3 eyes.
And the gentleman's disagreement.
We're listening to Aerith, so like it's just in the distance. It's
You're
like
like
she's
in the-
jumping around. It's amazing.
She's probably
Yeah.
using, like, origami props. She's really good at paper airplanes.
Oh yeah,
Or shadow puppetry. Wouldn't that be something?
she would use like paper, cutting papers, like those that you extend and have like several figures, the scissors, and then it's just like James and Hopper and Joe like, fighting with the paper, like.
Oh my god, I love it! So these 2 burly cop guys, in their bro tanks and their shorts and their sandals, even though it is cold outside.
Classic.
They're too straight to feel the cold.
It just doesn't occur to them. Why do men do that?
Because they're so straight. It's for the same reason
God.
that they don't recycle. Like,
I don't fucking get it? And it was the first thing I thought of for the Angulan
Toxic masculinity is a trap. They're suffering too.
I know. Anyway, they come over.
Like, imagine if the raccoon wouldn't let you take it out of the trap because it thought it was cool to be in the trap.
They come over, and one of them goes, "There a problem here?"
Crap.
You see my wrench raise up from behind the pterodactyl wing.
Can I say Ig reaches them at the same time?
Yeah.
Immediately after they say, "Is there a problem here?" Ig is gonna poke their head in and say,
From just like a hole.
Just so many heads.
"Is there a problem here?" And look them dead in the eyes.
They're kind of taken aback by being asked a question they literally just asked.
It is confusing.
This doesn't often happen to them.
These are confusing times.
And they'll bristle a little bit and goes, "No, but there might be one more."
I don't understand.
Is that a threat?
It's whatever you want it to be, babe.
Oh my gosh.
No!
Fully from across the room, from behind the pterodactyl, I shout, "Babe!" I come out from behind the wing. You call yourselves some sort of officers of justice, and you speak this poison to my ears?
Alex, make another roll for me.
Yeah.
I mean, Hannelor's kind of shouting across the room. It might be distracting.
Oh god, that was a 1.
What?
Oh boy.
It was a 1.
Okay. Unfortunately, the crowd now finds Hannelore screaming, "No,
Oh no.
babe!" more interesting than Alex's very good and entertaining little cutouts.
Oh no.
So the whole attention of the room
Sorry, man. It's not even fair.
just shifts to over here. And
Wait, but is it shifted onto our little group, or is it...
onto your little group, the two knights.
It's not shifted onto the yelling woman from the pterodactyl?
You make a good point.
Well, she's yelling in a
It worked
direction.
exactly how I wanted it to. I'm yelling at something. I want them to look at it.
Yeah, it's both. It's like the transitive property. It will go to Hannelore, and then it will go to what Hannelore is yelling at.
I just am going to have to go ahead and get all the way in Brett's face.
Are you?
Yeah, and I'm just going to ask him really casually. Turn out his pockets on all your cargo shorts, bro. Unzip them. We don't have all day. Better get started.
I'm not going to empty my pockets just because somebody asks.
We're not just somebody, you do realize that?
And who are you?
The Brackleberry Brigade.
Oh, I guess that works too.
No, that's happening at the same time.
All of us.
Aerith is like, "We're the Brackleberry
Hannelore.
Brigade." At the same time, Hannelore is like, "We're the fucking Brackleberry Brigade." At the same time, Ig is like, "I'm Ig!"
I assume that Alex also hears
Yes.
the
Yeah.
conversation, because then
She would be aware.
She would say, "I am the treasurer, and you might have some treasure in your pocket at the same time."
The wind out of Arif's cape just kind of dies. Now, if you have nothing to hide, why wouldn't you turn out your pockets?
I'm going to start turning out all of my pockets.
All of your pockets.
Yeah.
Because, like, look, it's so easy to do things that people ask you to. That's no one. That's just me being mad at my own male characters.
We all are. Join us.
Good.
Join us, Hallie.
It was Lady Shaladian that drank the aggression potion?
Queen Armalu.
Queen Armalu, okay.
Who's already really mad about
Yeah.
everything.
Well, I mean, everybody has been drinking it, but she's already. To be clear, the reason it worked in the first bowl is because all of the bowls have been spiked.
Nice.
We got to get rid of this punch, dude.
Oh crap, that is gonna be bad.
Unfortunately, Ig doesn't know that anything's in the punch.
Oh, no.
Otherwise, she would just start dumping them.
Yeah, the only one privy to the punch knowledge is Aerith.
I don't know either. We just did the first bowl.
Yeah,
So,
we don't know anything.
no.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have told you that, but I'm a really good GM.
I mean,
We're all
it's
really
fine.
excited.
You are.
Yeah, I don't
It's
You are.
fine.
Yeah, whatever. She tested all the bowls just in case.
I mean, you did explicitly say that you did all the bowls,
Yeah, I guess.
so that's fine. It's fine.
Hannelor's dumping like a whole bunch of wing nuts and washers, multiple different size wrenches, Allen wrenches.
At this point,
Sarah's not more interested in the contents of your pockets than what's happening. She's really intrigued by all the random engineering mechanical nonsense coming out of your pockets.
I would be showing off if I wasn't fighting the man.
I think at this point, Aerith would kind of address the whole room and say that we're trying to investigate why the punch was spiked with an aggression potion, just so that everybody's kind of aware of the actual situation now, and that, somebody may have something to hide, and she's just gonna say, turn out your pockets.
Nobody responds except for the Angulan Knights, and they all laugh in synchronization. It is very scary. Not like a pleasant Count Dracula laugh. It's just like, ha ha ha! Like a lot of bro laughs all at once. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling, guys.
Now you're gonna have to apologize to everyone.
Apologize for what? Come on, this is ridiculous. Aren't we here to, negotiate international relations or whatever? I don't see the problem.
Can I just turn to Anastasia, you really invited these guys?
Anastasia turns to Ray, you really invited?
Bound them and throw them to the bottom of the ocean?
You really invited these guys? And, Ray will whisper from, the corner of her mouth, it seemed only polite to include everyone in this hemisphere.
You can exclude
Ray, you should have
people.
asked Ellie about this. She would have told you she stabbed one of those guys.
I'm sure Ellie will have words with Ray in the future about this. If Ray tells Ellie any details about what transpires here.
I feel like maybe Ray will not want to share this story.
She might not want to share it.
Are there people familiar with these Anquan Knights, or am I the only one who's never...
You are okay, so they're the Angulan Knights, you are the Knights of Anquan. That's why we made sure they were different orders.
They're the
so that we
opposite.
didn't. They're the opposite because they're fucking terrible.
The anti-Anquan.
So the one who was speaking to Ig and then to Aerith, well, you were looking at Anastasia and Anastasia was looking at Ray, I don't fucking know what to do. One of the two is going to shrug and go, look, the way I see it, nothing's gonna be solved by just sitting here and talking about it. So I say we hash it out in a good old-fashioned war. What's so wrong with that?
Did you not just hear the story I was saying just now?
Beautiful shadow puppetry, sir.
It's exactly why words work better than a war. It was what the message was.
I learned that from the story, and I'm not even good at that.
Do you want me to restart it?
Do you want me to restart it?
Go ahead. I'll put the stage back together. Go ahead. Alex, they obviously need to learn.
He turns around to face Alex and says, yeah, but that stuff's just for kids.
And what's wrong with that?
I wouldn't
We can learn a lot of lessons from so-called children's stories, but maybe you wouldn't know because clearly you didn't have a good childhood.
Hit them where it hurts.
Oof. That's
Are they all wearing bro tanks, like the ones with the armpits cut out?
All of them are wearing bro tanks.
Okay.
Absolutely. That are emblazoned with the Angulan Knights logo, just in case you forgot.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
So one of them is still looking at Alex. The other one, Ig, you have his attention.
I have something to say that's very important. My friends in the Blackberry Brigade are very smart, and you should listen to them.
Maybe you cry when start crying.
So turn out your pockets, or else, I don't know if there are laws that I can invoke or threaten you with.
I don't know if there are laws.
Oh, they're definitely... Alex is going to start reciting all of the laws.
Definitely laws.
And all of the duties of the treasury.
In the background of Ig's speech.
Yes, he's smart. Laws.
And we'll turn your pockets out for you.
And all of her rights to just...
The
look
Duranda
at
rights.
I guess. Treasury.
Aerith, you just said we'll empty your pockets out for you, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I know
Oh,
we're gonna
no.
start a fight. It's just
Are you making any move?
oh no.
I'm like nose to nose with whoever.
I'm waiting for them to throw the first punch. I'm a diplomat.
Perfect. Roll a speed defense.
Oh crap. Can I add effort to that?
Absolutely.
Yes, because I want to
Please do. They're very strong.
make sure that I dodge this for sure. And it's a 2.
Oh boy.
I'm uninstalling my Chrome.
You
I mean, throwing out my dice. I totally use physical dice.
That's a reasonable reaction. Aerith, you were adopting. You are very intimidating, is the thing, because you are Aerith. Your natural expression is almost blank, and you have a cape, an eerie cape that blows only inside and not outside. So you were prepared, just like intimidate with like, then we'll search yours. And you're used to people just like
Giving in, yeah.
yeah, okay, acquiescing. This one doesn't, and the punch just comes very fast. Very unexpected. Like, it is just, he's just gonna deck you.
Yeah.
Take 6 points of my damage.
Oh my gosh.
They made a mistake, and they will
That's a lot.
They will be upset to find out what has happened.
And then everybody else, well, you also roll initiative. You just got hit first.
Yeah.
But I do need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Don't worry about my giant thermos and my giant mug.
It just seems like your arms are shaking under the weight.
Probably. I'm very noodly. This is what I called in college my self-defense thermos.
Heck yeah.
Appropriate.
Should have used it on my ex.
You telling Emily that she's an artist, she must know about photography.
I'm telling
is, like,
you.
oh.
I am a visual artist
Yeah.
who does traditional painting.
That's like telling me, a lab physicist, that I should know about biology because it's
should.
both science.
You should.
I don't.
You should know some things. Do you know what a tardigrade is?
What does that have to do with biology, though? It's just a little.
It's a living biological animal.
I don't know what it does, though, or what.
What do you know about it?
They're just really small and cute and wiggle around. I don't know what the.
And they don't die.
Perfect. You know enough about biology.
Yeah, I don't know.